Welcome back, you Muppets.
Hello.
How we doing? We got the Queen back.
Hello.
And every time I get the Queen back in this chair, we're going to be doing different parts of something
My
called
boy.
Educating Ricky. Yes, your boy Carl
I love
Pilkington.
him.
She loves Carl Pilkington. We've seen the Ricky Gervais show, the cartoon, but this is from their XFM show. So I don't think we've heard any of this. So this should be brand new to both of us. But this one we'll probably do it for like 15, 20 minutes maybe. Because it is a long video with a lot of archival footage, I guess. I guess it's footage if it's recording. I mean, it's just sound recordings, but it's the whole video is 3 hours and 44 minutes long.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, this may take a while. So this might be a month or two process to get through this whole thing. But this is part one. So we're gonna get started with this, and let's see if we can get some laughs out of this one, which it's guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's Carl and Ricky and Steve. So, all right, here we go. Part one.
Well, you're across it. I don't think you can concentrate on talking and working at the same time. I'm not sure you can.
Walking.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because I just got done with the Carl versus Steve, and Steve, the first 7 seconds, he's already insulting Carl.
Yeah, of course. Expect nothing less.
I didn't expect that to be right away.
For you, it seems it's a bit
no,
like...
don't say that. Look, he's gutted. No, there's a lot of gone wrong here. I say throw this desk out and get a real one. Seriously.
Well, I think there's a Fisher Price one you can buy in Argos that might be worth
but
getting.
we got there, but we were stunned because it was second hand, this one. But, this is like the Mir space station. I mean, it really is falling apart. Get a new one in. Let's not, I can't believe it. I mean, look at that. Look at the library. Look at the gaps in the library.
Let's not go on about this, because this isn't good.
What? Whereas that quiz was. Whereas that was good radio.
You can join in and stuff.
But the problem is,
okay.
Carl, why do you rush to do it? I told you before we should practice these things. That's
Although,
how
to be
it's
fair,
done.
Steve, I haven't got time to do anything, so at least Carl's coming up with stuff.
But I don't mind, running
What
through
other
with
ideas
it
have you
while
got?
you're having a kip outside.
Really?
doing
What
the
other ideas have you got? Have you got any other ideas, Carl? Because we've got another outfit. Have you got anything at all?
I've got that feature Educating Ricky, which is a bit of a play on words as well. Right? Do you know the film, Steve?
Educating Rita.
Yeah.
I'll see what you've done. Go on.
I'm doing that, and I teach Ricky stuff.
What do you teach me, Carl?
Well, I've got a few different topics.
Go on.
Do you know, like how you taught me about Hitler and Che Guevara and Winston Churchill? Mm-hmm. I'm going to come in with topics every week, and this week I've got
Ghosts?
No, hanging bacon is one of the topics.
Say that again.
Hanging bacon.
Hanging bacon.
All the titles.
Francis Bacon.
No, all the titles are sort of named to sort of tease you and get you more interested in it.
Hanging bacon. Well, you've certainly intrigued
Go
me.
on, what's another title one?
Hairy Chinese kid.
I'm gonna go for that one.
If there was a university degree with that title...
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for hairy Chinese kid, I
The
think.
final one,
Yeah.
Alien gives man a beard.
Right,
Alien gives man a beard.
I am gonna burst. Right, listen, Carl, you've got to tell me. Right, let's do it in
No,
reverse
we're
order.
not going to do it now anyway.
What do you mean? We've got to do it now. I mean, this is the first interesting thing you've said in an hour. Okay, the listeners have just been subjected to rubbish and mistakes and everything for the last 6 months. Please, we've got to do Alien gives man a beard. What is that? Tell us that.
Right.
Sorry, this is just you telling me something, is it? This feature is you telling me something.
I'm teaching you something. Educating Ricky. Huh?
So, are we playing it now? We're already into this feature. Well into this feature, are we?
Yeah, I suppose we are, yeah.
Should there not be a jingle or something?
Yeah, can we have a
Well, there's
jingle?
no point, because look, I come up with ideas and you dismiss them straight away, so I'm not wasting my time making stuff.
Right.
If you don't like
well, okay,
it.
let's play Educating Ricky.
Right.
Brilliant. Go. Right.
Right, so-
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Educating Ricky.
Right, what are we going for then? Hanging the bacon, hairy Chinese kid, alien gives man a beard.
I think Alien gives man a beard.
I'd like to do that.
Right, there's this fellow, I think it happened in America, and he saw a bright light in the sky. And,
Carl, if you're bored.
and he stood there.
This is a true story, is it?
Yeah. He stood there,
Yes, of course it isn't, Steve.
and he saw this bright light, and it came closer and closer, and it was a UFO, right?
Yep.
And he looked at it, and it disappeared, right? And he gets back in his car,
He looks in the mirror.
and he looks in the mirror.
Yep.
He's only got a beard.
He hasn't.
You sure it wasn't someone else who got in the car and he was still standing out there?
No, right?
What?
And it turned out,
Yeah.
he got home and said to his wife or his girlfriend, it's a bit weird. So I just got out of the car to look at a bright light, and I got back in the car and I grew a beard, and she said, never mind your beard, where have you been for 3 days? And what had happened is,
He passed out because he was pissed.
no, the UFO had taken him for 3 days,
Yeah.
but he'd only thought that he'd only looked at it and it went away.
Yeah.
But what had happened is, he
yeah.
took
She's dead. She's dead.
I'm laughing because I was so into that story. It's like, he came back to his wife and was like, look, I have a beard. She's like, why have you been for 3 days? And I was like, oh, he was gone for 3 days.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
The more I watch this, I think I'm, like, related to Carl.
You think you
I was
hear that?
so-
She thinks she's related to Carl.
I was so, like... That
You
was
heard it here first. Boomerites.
that was
Queen
like a
thinks she is
thriller.
related to Carl fucking Pilkington.
Like, he thought he was gone for 5 seconds, and he was gone for 3 days. I'm very invested. I'd watch this.
Alright. Oh my god.
took him, and
Yeah.
he grew a beard because he hasn't had a shave. The UFO had taken him for 3 days,
Yeah.
but he'd only thought that he'd only looked at it and it went away.
Yeah.
But what had happened is, he took him, and
Yeah.
he grew a beard because he hasn't had a shave.
Right, okay. I mean, was Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones anything to do with this at all? Did you see this on a video maybe and thought it was an educational film?
No, it's from a book that some kind person sent in to me. Here.
Can I just ask again, just again, I'm just throwing this right back at you. Do you think there's any other possible answer here? Right, a man is absent for 3 days from home.
He's
the
grown a
length
beard.
of time that it could take to grow a beard, lest we forget. What if he hadn't actually seen a bright light in the sky?
What if he
he'd
was
been
lying? What if
drunk?
he was lying?
He'd got knocked unconscious. He'd had a car crash.
Just
any number
lying.
of other
No,
things.
just lying.
Or he was just lying.
Yeah,
That's a good
he'd
point.
been on a
It takes
bender,
like a
getting
week to
pissed for
grow
3
a
days
and that
with
was
his
his
mates.
excuse to his wife.
And they went, what, Dennis, what are you gonna tell your wife?
Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, wait a minute,
Oh,
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
He's not
minute.
going to believe I was out with you, lads.
Just say you're only away for a minute. No, she didn't know I wasn't away from it because of the beard. Oh yeah, look, it looks like you've been out for 3 days. Well, we have. That's
Exactly.
right. Okay, we've got to cover that then. Alien abduction.
Great one.
Okay, let's try that.
Do you see? That's a little scenario there that could have been played.
So, when you say educating Ricky, what have I learnt from this? Never listen to you again. That's all I've learnt so far. Never listen to you.
Yeah, we'll add a little bit more in here, right? To
Well,
spice this
no,
up.
what do you mean add a little bit more?
We'll add a bit more to this what I'm educating you about,
Go on.
right? There's only a law in America that says if you touch a UFO, you're going to get done. Now, why would they make a rule? I don't know that. Do you know, like all their rules have a code?
Carl,
Wait, you get done? I guess he means like you get put in prison or sentenced
If
to...
you touch the UFO, you get gum.
You get gum? You can't wait to touch a UFO.
It's like, it doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Maybe she is related to Carl. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Let's hear that again.
Says if you touch a UFO, you're going to get done. Now, why would they make a rule? I don't know that. Do you know, like all their rules have a code?
Carl,
never heard
I
this law before.
genuinely do not know what you're talking about.
Right, do you know, like how here they might have...
Do you know
I
what?
have no idea.
Right,
Okay.
Do you know, like over here...
I'm listening to Capital on these headphones. I got Foxy on from yesterday.
Right, let's bin that.
No way, it's great.
I want to hear about hairy Chinese kid.
Let's play a tune. and
Okay,
let's come
play a
back with
tune,
Harry
come back
Chinese.
Yeah, I want to hear
Chinese
about the
kid.
hairy
Some
Chinese
dolls.
kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just thought I'd go back, take it back to the 60s. This is a tune that a friend of mine sent
If
me.
you touch a UFO, you get done.
Soul Kitchen from The Doors.
Shambles today, this.
David Bowie, Slow Burn. Yeah. Quite a Eno trilogy feel
not bad
about
at
it.
all, yeah.
Lodger
Is it
and
a
sort of
neutral?
low type, yeah. But, yeah.
Enjoyable.
Now, okay. That's stressful, isn't it? I think we've got things working now. We've had people coming in and out, just shaking their head going, shouldn't have bought that desk. But it's all sorted now, I think. And,
You notice how
I'm
it took
sorry.
about
What?
25 minutes for them to come down as well, though? Do you feel like we're maybe quite low in the pecking order in the building?
Definitely.
You know, it's like Capital First, Capital Gold. They can shoot off to other sort of pirate stations.
Yeah.
People's car radios, then they come back here.
Oh dear. Oh, I had a job at Richard Sounds.
Yeah.
Light fitting was buzzing. Now, but we've got. Thanks for staying, listening. Right, okay. Educating Ricky. What have we got? Airy Chinese kid. Go on.
Right, yeah. This is the, I didn't want to do this.
You didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you 3 and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Which was total rubbish. So this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese kid. Right, well, we've talked about hairy people in the past.
True enough.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, the little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah. Again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not. There were some people that were born. Very
Who's this,
hirsute.
Romulus
They
and
were not
Remus?
the people who were brought up with wolves. You just put that together in your Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff,
Was he?
and it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of
What
grew.
sort of hair was it? Was
Thick hair.
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane? So he just looked like an Ewok. You know what I mean? Just like hanging down, sort of straight,
Well,
dark
it
hair.
looked, in the picture, it looked like it grows
was it
from his
downy?
eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over
You
his
don't
head.
think it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
Had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it in a quiff or?
no, it was just
hanging everywhere.
all over him.
Yeah.
And
Back and forth.
and they were like, you know, this is a bit weird. Happening in China, where we're not normally that hairy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
Yeah.
And the press, the local press and that were getting him down, calling him monkey boy and all this.
Oh,
And
thinking Chinese press.
but the doctor,
Yeah. Oh.
They're cruel, aren't they?
the
It's like those
doctor,
game shows. That's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
and the doctor said,
I was talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then. Because I turned round and I still saw he was talking. Go
So
on.
anyway, the local press came down to see the hairy boy, the monkey
yeah, and
boy.
they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him, and the doctor said
Showing him nuts.
he's only hairy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil.
What did he say?
He said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
That's
the end of the story.
that's not a story.
why.
But I've got. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest. Got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it? Do you know what I mean?
All right then.
Hang on.
Hold on, he's got the big guns. You're not going to give us hanging bacon, are you?
Yeah.
Come on then, come on then, come
What are we
on,
looking
come
forward to?
on.
This is it.
No, this is a good one.
This is the one.
And this is a story, right? Do you know the saying, chewing the fat?
Good one, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Talking.
Right. Well, do you know where it came from?
No.
Right, what they used to do years ago, when people didn't have much money.
Is this the same as the throwing the baby out of the bathwater?
No, it's not the, well, it's not the same saying, but it's...
No, but I mean, is it as wrong as that
Well,
was?
let me tell you, we'll
Go on.
see.
Wrong.
Okay.
Like, people go out to work, and with the money, they'd buy food.
Oh yeah, go on. This is a good system. What, go on. What do you mean? People go out to work and with the system.
And if,
what?
if you were quite well off, you might treat your family to some bacon, right? But do you know, like in these days, if people earn a lot of money, they might buy a nice suit or a car.
Yeah, so what are you saying? You're saying wait, let me get this straight. You're saying that you go out to work and get money to buy things to live, and if you get sort of enough money to live and you've got some left over, you might treat yourself on like a suit or a car or something. Is that what you're...
Yeah.
Oh,
but back then, if they earned money, they'd say,
This is olden times.
yeah,
Okay.
let's get some bacon in, right? And what they'd do, they'd hang it in the kitchen
Or to show it off.
to show it off to all the neighbours and friends. Because if you had hanging bacon, it was like, he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah.
It's a lovely bacon.
So they had loads of bacon hanging up, and people would come round, right? And whilst they stood in the kitchen talking about whatever they're talking about,
in olden times.
they'd say, do you want a bit of rind? And they'd rip a little bit of rind off, and whilst they're having a chit-chat,
Chewing the
they'd
fat.
chew on the rind.
Well, I think that's probably true.
And
I
it's
haven't
like-
heard that, but that one to me sounds true. Do you see the difference between that one and a man was abducted and grew a beard? Can you see the difference in
Yeah, but
why I
different-
accept that story?
Different stories for different things.
Different stories for different things. So, see, that's a nice story. If it's true, I don't know if it's true. I mean, but it seems totally possible, viable, quite interesting. I won't be quoting that myself until I've verified it. But that's, you know, I won't be telling anyone the bloke got in the car and he had a full-face beard. Why has his car been towed away?
Because it was a quiet road.
Was it?
wasn't in the way. So,
Are you filling in the blanks again? That wasn't in the book, was it, that you read? See, that's the thing. Sometimes I think you make up bits of the story as though they were fact. That doesn't seem right.
well, that's all you can do, innit? So,
Basically,
so that's
admitted he
educating
doesn't.
Ricky. Will we
Brilliant.
do that next week?
That is brilliant.
No, I think that
Carl.
was good. I did. I mean, I enjoyed that. I learned something from that.
I mean, well, just, I want to get I mean, this is all from one book, is it?
Yeah.
that's an interesting book.
With the, I don't want to dwell on it, but with the hairy Chinese kid, what did they say about that? What was the, I mean, was it once there was born a kid who was slightly more hairy than everyone else, but yeah, it's all right. He only had a boil. How did they word it? How did this capture your imagination?
There was a
Well,
picture.
it was a picture that grabbed me first of all,
Sure.
and it was like, God, what's up with him? And that's when I read it.
Did you see the boil in the X-Men or just the hair?
No, you see, because his face is like, just under his eyes is sort of nice and smooth, and his nose is sticking out, and that's not hairy. But the rest of him, he looked like he had the sort of a balaclava on or something. And then I read on, and it's like, this was a hairy kid in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Good. Anything else in there? Because I mean, I like
no,
that.
we'll do more of that next week.
How is that alongside hanging bacon, alien abduction, a hairy Chinese kid, and a little interesting fact about the derivation of a phrase?
What do you mean?
He didn't understand a word of that. I knew the word derivation was going to cause problems. I thought derivation shouldn't have come out.
All right. So
That
that was
was
a
cute.
good starter for that. Oh my god. You died at the alien.
I
abduction
love that
story.
story.
If you touch the UFO, it gives you gum.
I was like, why do they not want you to have alien gum?
Yeah. But yeah, that killed me too.
That was funny.
Yeah, never mind. Where have you been for 3 days?
I know. I want to like rewatch this because I promise you, I feel like a 12-year-old. Like my eyes lit up. I was like, this just got so interesting. Where was he for 3 days?
Yeah. Yeah. So that we only got 15
Okay.
minutes in.
Oh,
But,
my cheeks hurt.
We'll do longer parts for the
Yeah.
next ones. But and we'll try to get through it over the next month or two.
Yeah, but I need food now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have an idea for another video.
What?
It involves your chair and WD-40.
Yes.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for
Okay.
them.
Okay. Yeah, WD-40 for the chair.
Yeah.
We'll make a video out of it and see if it works. Because that's so squeaky, I don't even think that's going to work.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah?
I'll MacGyver it. Yeah.
We'll see. All right, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Look for the other parts in the future and look forward to a WD-40 session with
Yes.
Queen Boomer.
Gonna make it
Apparently.
happen.
And remember, UFOs, don't touch them or else it'll shoot gum at you. Okay? All right, you guys, we'll see you next
Bye.
time.
Thank you.